Ladies, I want you to get the confidence of a mediocre man. This is a post that's been deleted, but it was coming out of the Legal Advice UK subreddit. He says, Scotland divorce. Can I go after my ex-wife's daughter's income? So he's married to a woman and he wants to go after her daughter's money. All right, let's see what the post says. All right, the post. He says, my wife and I are separating due to irreconcilable differences. It appears it's going to be a clean split on the finances. I'm buying her out of her half of the house, etc. My main issue is that my wife has moved out to stay with her daughter, which now leaves me to cover all the household bills, etc. I earn £80,000 a year, so it won't be an issue. But up till now, we had always split the bills 50-50. So I have grown accustomed to a certain standard of living. My wife is only a minimum part-time wage earner. He left earner off. So I don't think I would be able to go after her salaried income. However, she now lives with her daughter, who is quite well off. She has very little outgoing expenses other than food, phone bill, and car payments, as I'm assuming her daughter will be paying my wife's way. So once the dust has settled here, I'm going to be spending more every month and she will be spending less. Is there any recourse for going after my stepdaughter's income since it will be being spent on my wife? So, would that count as income for my wife? So, I've got to go back up to this paragraph right here that starts with my main issue. My main issue that my wife has moved out. So, his issue, his wife has moved out, and now she won't be around to pay half of the bills. She won't be around because she's not there, so she won't be paying half of the bills. And they were splitting the bills 50-50, despite the fact that she was working part time. And I now believe that he was the irreconcilable difference that they broke up over. So that is what I'm thinking. The nerve of thinking that for whatever reason, this woman is supposed to be that financial resource that continues to fund his standard of living that he's grown accustomed to. That's some entitlement there where this peen haver actually literally believes that he's still entitled to some financial resources, despite the fact that they are split up and he got the house. He just has to go work a little bit harder or get a roommate. Commenter says, you want to know whether after divorce and a clean split of your finances, if you can go after your stepdaughter's income to supplement your accustomed standard of living because your ex-wife will be paying less per month in general. Is that what you're actually asking? Really? Really? And I don't know if this man was getting it in the comments because, like I said, this is on Instagram. So we're just going to leave it there. And I'm going to leave it for all of y'all to just give it to this man. But there is a lesson to be learned here. Just imagine you are a mediocre male. When you need to ask for a salary, when you need to ask for a discount, when you need to get anything that you have been looking to ask for or want, imagine you are a mediocre male and ask with the confidence of that mediocre male and get what you're. I mean, you can ask, they ask, you might actually be qualified to get some of these things. Jump in the comments and let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, share. So this woman asked this question in the 2X chromosome subreddit. Can someone give me insight on why so many guys seem to date women they don't even like that much? Because that is who they can get. That is literally, they know that these certain women are out of their league. They might not have the looks for it. They might not make the money for it. They might not have the personality to get that woman, but they can get this particular woman. And they want to suck that woman dry of her resources, her time, energy, and resources. So if that woman is supplementing her time, his time, energy, and resources, that frees up his time, energy, and resources. And then he can pocket some extra money. He can have some extra time that he's not doing with the household stuff. And then he can pursue the woman of his dreams. That's the reason why. But that's my answer. Let's look at the post and you guys can actually give your answer as well. She says, this is honestly more of a cathartic vent than anything, but LOL. It's like watching the sequel to He's Just Not That Into You, except this time he does date you or marry you. I see it everywhere. Men who, by all appearances, do not seem to enjoy their partner's company. They talk and joke with relish about horrible things happening to their partner. They pull pranks that cause immense distress and emotional or physical pain, like pretending to cheat on them or grinding an entire slice of cake into their face when specifically requested not to. They constantly bitch and moan about women bitching and moaning. They claim they love everything about their partner except that she won't have sex with them 3 times a day, every day. My most recent ex didn't like me at all, though he swore up and down he loved me more than anything. He constantly criticized me, constantly. He methodically attempted to change and control everything about me. The entire relationship, I felt inadequate and incompetent and just wrong. I don't know how it took me 2 years to realize I'm not obnoxious or cringy or annoying to people who actually like me, and he simply didn't. And it just leaves me wondering why the hell they date these women they don't like. Basically, they are just biding time. They are using you and they're biding time until they can actually get with the woman that they actually like, because they are not going to treat their dream woman like they treat the women that they don't like. They are literally just using. They are parasites looking to suck the resources off of their host. And that is it. That is the reason why you leave these men alone if they are negging you, pranking you, putting you down in any way, and attempting to change who you are to fit something. You leave them alone. They are not worth it. They do not like you. They want to suck your energy dry. All right, some of the comments. Moose Muffin says, I had a male coworker tell me his only criteria for dating is, does she look reasonably clean for sex? Is she tolerable? If she's tolerable, it's a bonus if I can get cooking, cleaning, and split the rent. So, Moody Nicolette says, the tragedy is that the world is full of women who are desperate for love and closeness and don't realize that these clowns will just use them as cheap labor and still ask them to pay the bills. Throwaway Wookie says, I think that women will have to get rid of the myth that they can get love and closeness from a man, because in reality, it seldom exists. Now let's look at what Nicola Ultra says. She says, my mom raised me and my sister as extremely independent. I will never be a mom, a stay-at-home mom, or financially dependent. I also have no qualms with women who need to or want to live that way. I just won't. My husband was made abundantly clear that I don't need him and I can walk away at any time, and that doesn't diminish my love or want of him. The most important things are respect, trust, and a loving partnership. She says, this is what I quoted, what I circled. You would not believe how irate this makes men in my life who are not my husband, and I don't know why. The men need to uphold the patriarchy or the delusion of patriarchy. If these wild women are just unencumbered and they show what life can be unencumbered, it messes up the other women. These other women might be looking like, she doesn't need a man. She's still happy. She doesn't have children and she's still happy. That is why they come down on the women who have the nerve to be confident, financially independent, and still be in a relationship, or even still be out of a relationship and not looking, or have any kind of life that is not the standard, like be in a relationship and not live with a man, or be in a relationship and expect the man to do household chores or that kind of thing. Those women get castigated. Cindy says, I remember telling my ex-husband something similar, that I didn't necessarily need him materially, but I wanted him in my life. He seemed okay with this, but as our marriage was falling apart, it came out that this bothered him like a lot. I guess he wanted to be needed. I don't know. But a few other things that he claimed to like about me ended up not being true, and he actually disliked them. Yeru's daughter says, because if you don't need him, then he doesn't have control. There is no implied or else sort of leverage in order to coerce you into going along with whatever it is he wants, for fear that he will withdraw what is needed if you don't. Unfortunately, there's a lot of guys out there who don't know the difference between having a relationship and taking a hostage. I'm going to read that part again. Unfortunately, there's a lot of guys out there who don't know the difference between having a relationship and taking a hostage. And I think that that is a drop the mic moment right there to where we should cut off this conversation. Ladies, you are in control of your life. Do not give these people, even if you love them, the key to your soul existence and survival. If they pull whatever, make sure that you can still live and thrive. All right, with that, I end it. Jump in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. This was posted in the marriage subreddit. She says, husband's job in jeopardy. My family asked me to have a baby so that he can become more responsible. I'm going to repeat that title. Husband's job is in jeopardy. My family asked me to have a baby so that he can become more responsible. She says, hello. My husband was fired from his job last year because he would not show up to work and only work from home, and he was not hitting the required targets. He stayed a year without work, and 2 weeks ago, he started a new job that he loves. He has been 2 times late to work already, 30 minutes and 45 minutes. On the other days, he has taken an Uber because he doesn't wake up early enough to get the train. I expressed these concerns to my family and told them I was afraid that he is going to get fired again and all the financial responsibility will fall once more on me. That's not even the only issue. When he was not working, he only played video games, was depressed, and gained weight. My family says that we should have a baby so he can become responsible. I push back on this because I do not want to gamble with the life of my future child and use as a motivating factor for my husband. They strongly disagree with me. How do I deal with this? Any comment appreciated. She says, edit. My mom and dad just called me because I hang up on them. Basically, they said that as my parents, they should be able to give me advice without me being offended. Also, they added they have seen this work with my brother, where he would only play with his PlayStation before having a child, and then he became responsible. My brother gets monthly financial assistance from my parents because he's the only one who's working. I guess this runs in our family at this point. He lives in a studio apartment, so I wouldn't consider him a success story. They also added that they were less responsible before having kids and said that once you have kids, you'll do anything and everything to provide for the kid, and it unites families. I told them not to give me this advice again, and they said I am free to disregard what I don't like, but they are free to say what they want. Needless to say, I hang up on them again. Okay, so this was my response right here. This is literally me. It made me actually comment on the post. I said, I literally gasped at this post. I'm flummoxed and befuddled. I'm literally, my flabber is gasted. And like literally, what should she do? She should not listen to her parents. She should not listen to these people because they do not have good decision making. They do not have any solid foundation for this advice that they're giving. It's literally like my mind is blown that they would say this to their child. Aren't you supposed to love your child? Why would you give them advice this dumb? Why would you give your child advice this dumb and your future grandchildren? Why would you want to put them in a situation to have a daddy like that? That's number one. Number two, she needs to, if she is carrying this pest, this is a pest that is nesting and resting. He is nesting in his soft boy era. He already knows that if he falls, that the wife is going to come in and, do the things. He's okay with that. He is rested. He is nice. He's good. So why would he do anything to jeopardize that by, like, working too much? He does not want to be stressed at this point in his life because he has a hardworking wife. But why is she connected? What is she getting out of this relationship? She needs to be working to detangle or detach this parasite, because I'm not hearing in any of what she is getting out of this. I did not read anything positive that he is bringing to this household, this relationship at all. Now, some of these comments were funny. Mental Web says, "This is the craziest, dumbest ish I've ever read." And then Randy Pan says, "Your house is on fire. Here's some gasoline to put it out." Igley says, "You're out of gasoline. Now hold this baby." Okay, at the bottom, instructions unclear. Do I throw the baby into the fire? Oh my God. Right. It's like, do y'all like your daughter? Do you think that your future grandchildren deserve to have a stable household or not? Okay, this is what I circled. It's a brilliant idea. This way, the OP can pay her schlub ex husband child support and alimony. Woohoo! Environmental Oven says, "I so agree." Consenia says, "A person who cannot wake up for work is probably is probably not reliable enough to be a father right now. Let him improve at these things first. Baby might force things change, but probably will be very stressful, and you will have most of the responsibility and work." Well, yeah, not probably, definitely. You have final decisions, not family, I assume, unless this is a cultural problem. It sounds like a cultural problem. This sounds like, I don't know what this sounds like and what culture is giving this type of advice, but it's probably a culture that puts men on a higher pedestal, and they're just trying to. I don't know what this is. Y'all go ahead and weigh in. I'm confused. I've been confused ever since I read this, but y'all needed to see this. So now you have. So go ahead and comment something. I don't know what my timeline was given, but it was given something, and this thread is being followed straight through. This was posted in the 2X chromosome subreddit. She says, "My boyfriend wants me to bankroll his choices. Advice needed. My boyfriend, we've been dating for about 6 months, decided to suddenly quit his well-paying job, over $100,000 per year, in May. In May, it's now June, July. It's now July, and travel overseas to do humanitarian work. This was a unilateral decision he made, and he wouldn't listen to any concerns me, his friends, or his family had about him going. I have been house hunting to buy my own place and agreed to sublet his place from him while he was away until I found somewhere I wanted to buy. I got very lucky and found an amazing home, and my offer was accepted. The lawyers say that is a fairly new building. The sale will be wrapped up in a few weeks. I'm so happy with this new and exciting chapter in my life. However, when I told him about it, his first reaction was to complain that if I stopped renting his place, that he would need to come back from his trip earlier than he planned, and it would screw up his plans." Oh my, he wasn't excited for me at all, and it really hurt my feelings. I felt he's just been using me to pay his rent and is stringing me along until he doesn't need me anymore. You don't say. You've been dating for 3 months, but he's been gone for two in some other country, and you're paying his bills. Of course, he's using you. What in the world? Unfortunately, he has been hurt on his trip, and he has to come home earlier than he planned anyway. I'm so pleased he's coming back, as what he was doing volunteering wise was quite dangerous. As money is super tight for me with buying the new house, paying for lawyers, etc., I said I hope we could share the cost of his place equally for a few weeks until my move. He said no, as he has no job and apparently no savings. He can't afford to pay anything. He expects me to cover the whole of his rent and all the bills on his place for the next few months. I've explained that I can't possibly afford to pay for two places. I don't get paid anything like his previous salary, and it seems really unfair to put this burden on me. I am a bit stuck though, as I need somewhere to live until I get the keys to my new house. Am I missing something here? How do I handle this? I have never had any peen this good for like 3 months to the point where my thinking and my brain has gotten turned off because they have been dating for 6 months, but 2 of the months he is gone. And she has been subsidizing his lifestyle, and he has no savings. And she's asking these questions. Lord, I am hoping that this finds some other women who have not been pigmatized like these other women. Please, please pull away the delusional rose colored glasses. Please help to deprogram our sisters quicker than I'm literally trying. It's just me, and I'm sitting in my kitchen and I'm trying to reach as many women as possible. But peen should not be making us turn off our brains. Please help me deprogram our sisters, and make them make better decisions with our lives, because even this is way too soon to be this turned off from reality. And I'm really hoping and praying that I could help teach 1 to 7 sisters that this is not okay. Please, some god or goddess or Beyonce or Buddha or Serena Williams, please hear my prayer. Okay, let's get into some of these comments. I have prayed to some higher power. Boring Energy says, nope, nope, nope. You stand to gain nothing here, and the odds are good. This is not going to be the last time he pulls something like this. How legally are you tied to his place and bills? If none of it is in your name, I will walk away right now. Hi, I'm Laura Lee says, massive red flags. How is he going to pay to live anywhere when he got back with you and you paying all the bills? Run away as fast as you can. Porcupine Racetrack says, correct. Did he not save any money before going off to do this? He's an idiot. I'm sorry. Couture says, a single guy with no kids earns $100,000 and has no savings. Not a good sign. Also, just ups and quits his job, no backup plan, no savings, and ejects that scary he'll magically find another high paying job, because there's so many just out here, right? There's just so many high paying jobs out there. And she just says, F no. Easy Concentrate says, I agree with this. Going somewhere requires a lot of planning that boyfriend did not put in. He just wanted OP to take care of things financially for him. This won't be the first or last time boyfriend thinks he's the main character, and OP should willingly play the support role, and even pay that role. Intelligent Store says, I mean, as someone who literally up and left my job at the end of last year, and went traveling foreign countries, it doesn't actually require that much planning. You can 100% up and leave if you don't care about the consequences. OP is just one of the things he didn't care about. I mean, as long as you don't care about the fallout or anything, as long as you don't care about the fact that you might be homeless if somebody else doesn't step in and front the bills. But you guys go ahead, chime in, let me know what you think. These Reddits today have been wild. Let's see. So, just the question of the day that I want to ask, just to see if you got this far, is what is that one exercise that you hate? It could be one or two. Y'all know what I hate? Mountain climbers, because it's just a moving plank. Planks are terrible, but mountain climbers are worse. What is that one exercise that you absolutely hate? All right, join the conversation, jump in. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.